Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to another MMA Aviation video. Today I'll be showing you the top 5 best flight simulators. Number 5, Extreme Landings. The pros, good scenery, one-time purchase for global, free for the non-global version. Cons, no multiplayer and no airline liveries. So here is the game. We have the default Airbus A340 that comes with the game. Excuse me. We have the Concorde that I have purchased. Then we have some other aircraft, including the Learjets. Then we have many more. And then we also have the Airbus A350 that I've purchased just for this video. So today we'll be taking a look at the Airbus A350 since it is one of the newer aircraft. And my apologies if my voice sounds a little bit different. I'm currently a little bit sick with just a little bit of a cold, so nothing too serious. So we have the career mode, so we can do challenges. I wouldn't like to do the A350 business jet, but yeah, we can do challenges. There's different challenges are available to purchase. You can purchase them for $4.50 in the Australian currency. Then you can also do the land now, so that's just a landing, and you can choose how many faults. And faults, you only come with 0 and 1 faults, but then when you buy an aircraft, you get an extra fault. Then we also have the flight simulator available for purchase, so you can buy that for $14, and that's a one-time purchase, and you can fly from 548 airports around the world, and you're allowed to choose where you want to go. They also have a lot of airports, like Perth Airport. Then you can do waypoints. It's mostly custom waypoints. I'm not sure. I think it does it realistically. Plans along, and they even have some smaller regional airports such as Budapest, and we also have Bratislava, and yeah, some smaller airports. We don't have all the small airports, but we have some slightly smaller ones. So you need to buy for that. Currently, I do not have a App Store card, so I'm not going to purchase that at the moment. And yeah, I've already bought enough for this video. So we'll be taking a look at the land now. Just be taking a quick look. So we have 4 faults on, so we will have 4 different faults, and it is unexpected. Okay, the airport's down there. Sometimes it puts you really high. So we have a speed error. Our altitude indicator is not working. Then also our radar is not working. Radar. Yep. Then also our gear has a malfunction. Then we have no fuel, and then our engine is not working. So we'll just put that back to switch that off. Then there's no point of transferring the fuel across since the engine's not working, but we'll just kind of level it out. Okay, that seems a little bit better. Then we need to fix this gear so that we can get down on the ground, and then we need to slow down more. Gear problem isn't solved yet. Retract it. And now extend it. And flaps, for the amount of lift they give you, and for the amount of speed they decrease, it is not worth. So this will slow us down even further. With the flaps, hopefully that works. Oh damn, that's a red gear. Okay, there's no resolution for that, so. And this is the first time I've played with 4 faults, so. And we have a few different camera views as well. The cockpit, it's not a live cockpit, but it still has a bit of detail. Then we have only a limited amount of camera views. And then let's try and get down. Turn to our right. And we will try and get lower. And so yeah, I really enjoy this flight sim just for putting your skills to the test and doing a few challenges. But in my opinion, the flight simulator isn't the best. It still would be good. It's a one-time purchase, so if you do not have a better simulator with multiplayer and you don't have that like a yearly subscription year on, then you could purchase that and then play that in the meantime while you don't have a subscription. So this is the most challenging thing they have, and most of the time the thing's only like a flat failure, but this time it is quite challenging, so. Damn, this rudder's not too good, but. Okay, we crashed, but I don't really know how we were meant to land there. Okay, then we also have the career mode. I'll just quickly show you one thing because we need to get through everything. So we have the critical, so let's do the critical. Fast landing. try to land as fast as possible. So yeah, just full speed ahead, and using the A340. Then we'll get rid of some of the fuel in the tanks to make our aircraft lighter and go faster. So this is really cool how we have realistic stuff. We have auxiliary power unit, automatic asset manager, passenger crew supply, which is oxygen, and anti-ice. So yeah, it is quite realistic. And then we have the engine problems as well, and stuff like that, and the subsystems. So yeah, it is a pretty good flight simulator, and I would put that number 5 on my list. Okay, so then it's... Okay, flip full. We can only put the gear down, I believe it is 280 knots. Oh, it's 290, okay. 290 knots, 290 knots. And we'll try to touch it down at about 200 knots. A little bit fast, but... Perfect. Now we'll pull up a little bit. Try and slow our aircraft down. And there we go, 90 knots. 50 knots, 40 knots, 30, 20, 10, and 0. Look at that, we have finished in 100, well, we have finished in 79 seconds. Sorry, not 69. 79 seconds, and yeah, we had 120 seconds. Okay, that was not intended to be said. Okay, so we've done that, so we will now, so yeah, we have different challenge levels, and we will now move on. Number 4 is X-Plane 10, and I have written this before the Global came out, so pros, free, and there are some 3D buildings. Cons, no Global. Well, that's incorrect. There is the Global when you purchase the subscription. No multiplayer. Most aircraft are paid, but that's without the subscription, and not many aircraft liveries. So the subscription is available for purchase, and... Oh, sorry, it is... Okay, yep, here. So that is the subscription plan. Then we have the flight schools, so you can kind of do challenges. They aren't very good, and they aren't really challenges. They are easy. Then we... flight schools, sorry. Then we have challenges. They are pretty easy, like... Yeah, they're pretty easy. Then we have free flight, and here's our selection. Then we have a few liveries of the 747, and then this aircraft we have, I believe, 6 liveries. 3, 4, 5, 6, I think so. And then the rest we have 3 liveries. And it goes the whole way down. And there's lots of GA aircraft. And then we have the Global. The map isn't too good, but there we go. So we have Global in a flight simulator. See, it's a little bit more pricey than what Extreme Landings was, but then we have some 3D buildings, and navigation's easy. Then we have multiplayer, but you can only have like 2 people here. There's some dodgy kind of thing. Fly around with your friends, but you can only have a few friends, so I just had to trim that out. That had a bit of private info there. So we'll go free flight, and we will check out, we'll do a landing with the 747 of the Cathay Pacific Special livery. And we'll be landing, let's go Kaitak. Oh, what's the code of that? VHHX, I believe, no. VHXX. VXX, I cannot remember that. I've flown ages ago. Hong Kong. Why am I losing of words? Hong Kong VHHX or something like that it was. Okay, this is way too crammed. I cannot see anything. Oh, what, they removed Kaitak. Oh, it's no longer an airport in use in real life, so that's why they probably haven't added it to the game. Okay, we'll just do a landing at Hong Kong. It's quite difficult to use. And you can also fly globally offline. You can pack the flight, but that, I can imagine, would take ages. Start new route, then we do edit start type. Then we go final. Even though you touch final approach, it doesn't put your gear down or anything like that. So, final approach, runway 07 left. Okay, that seems good. Now I will adjust my positioning. And now it is loading. I expect it to take a while. So yeah, this flight simulator is pretty good. As I mentioned, there are some 3D buildings. They have a terminal, they have ATC buildings. But yeah, and they've got some aircraft liveries as well, which is a step up from Extreme Landings. So yeah, it is a pretty good flight simulator in general, but isn't the best. Stay tuned to the end of the video. We'll go through number 3, number 2, and number 1. Okay, 30%, 40%. So yeah, the flight simulators keep on getting better as we go. The next one, here's a bit of a description about it. Pros, it's cheap. It has amazing graphics, it's realistic, it has great detail, it's got 3D buildings, and there is a 2019 version and a 2020 version has come out a while ago. And if you look at my channel a lot, you will see a video on it. So that's basically just giving away what the next one is. And I haven't written anything for cons, have I? Okay, I'll have to think of something. Okay, so we're on final approach here. We have... Okay, what is happening with the calibration? How do we do this again? Modify flights. Calibrate that way. No. Try that. No, it's not working. Settings. Recalibrate. Recalibrate 90 degrees. Oh, this is always dodgy in the 747. I did a video on this and I couldn't even land it. Yeah, I have my device flat and it's not moving. Okay, that's no good. So we will go in the 777. We'll just change the aircraft. 777 200 ER, I believe it is. That's correct. And we'll go British Airways. Same destination. So yeah, we have interactive controls here, such as the gear, the seatbelt sign, yeah, the throttle, and all that. Okay, this is going to take forever, so I will be skipping this part in video editing, hopefully, if I remember. If I don't remember, then you can roast me in the comments. I'll make that a deal. Okay, we are in already, so there's nothing to edit, so unfortunately you cannot roast me in the comments. Okay, get down. I cannot hear anything. And we have rain, which is a little bit realistic. I say a little bit. And the aircraft, most of the aircraft graphics aren't too good, but the 777's pretty good. Get down. So gears down. We'll take the throttle right back. We'll put the speed brake to deployed, and then we'll start the flap shortly. Okay, what is happening? I need to pay attention. Okay, slowing down a little bit more, which is good. Flaps are currently set to 15. Need to slow down a little bit more and lower our altitude. Looking good. Then we have a few camera views. We also have this camera view. Yeah. Okay. And let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Does it go on for too long or not? 200. Take the speed brake off. And see, I'll probably just do a landing so the video doesn't go on for too long. 100. And have the door closed, so no volume, we don't get any noise from like outside, and the windows closed, and it is absolutely boiling in here. Okay, speed up a little bit more. That's the naval heading. 20. So that we can look on the outside view of how my landing is. Oh damn, I mocked that up. Okay, it's hard to land in a different camera view. Oof, that was horrible. Okay, we're now slowing down.
I need 250. Copy.
Okay, speed brake off. Flaps, what are the flaps? Flaps to retracted. And then we'll exit off the runway. Okay. Number 3 is Aerofly FS 2020. Let me know if you guess that in the comments below. Pros, what do I have it? Cheap, amazing graphics, realistic, great detail, 3D buildings. Cons, I haven't written that down. No multiplayer. Cost approximately $10 to get the game. That's not including, they change the game each year, and they don't do updates in the game. They do updates when they get, like, Aerofly FS 2020 will be a totally new app, gonna get you to pay for that again. Aircraft liveries, they're pretty good. What else? What can we complain about? I don't think there's much more about that. Just it has no global and no multiplayer. Yeah, no global and no multiplayer. And it only has 2 regions. So the aircraft are well detailed. In Aerofly FS 2020, they basically just added the 777. And I believe they have added some other aircraft. I'm not totally sure. And so yeah, some of the liveries look really nice. And then we have a Robinson R22. I haven't witnessed one of these crash, but I've seen them pulling it away. So let's go 777-300ER in the Singapore Airlines livery. Location, we have San Francisco, and we have another region that I'd purchased, but it is not working for some reason. Regions. I purchased this 2 times. Okay, I'm gonna do it again, and I'll be back shortly. Approximately 20 minutes later. Okay, so I've now installed Switzerland region. I think it didn't charge me last time. I believe that. Now, how does this work? Can you just start anywhere? Let's see if this works. Can you spawn out of the region? What? It worked. Oh. It worked, but it indicates that nothing is here. Even though he spawned over here. Oh, so theoretically, you could do a flight between Switzerland and the USA. But it would be so boring, there would be nothing there. Okay. So we got it in the Singapore Airlines 777-300ER. We'll be landing at Zurich, and let's land on runway 32. Conditions, and let's give ourselves a challenge. I haven't flown a simulator many times, so yeah, just don't go harsh on me. Strong. We'll put this up here. We're not going to put the winds to the max, but yeah, clouds. Visibility will be quite low. Density high. Density high, low. Okay, there we are. Loading. And I'm now in. Best performance quiz. So the region took 3.5 gigabytes, but it says you should have 3.5 gigabytes. So any active apps in the game may influence. Okay, but yeah, I usually don't have any problems. So I have the iPad 6th Gen. Also, you can now donate to me in the live chat of my premieres or in my streams, and you can also support me on my Patreon page. It would be well appreciated if you donate to me. You can also get a choice of where the money goes, and I have some milestones, so like when I reach 10 patrons, I will be doing a video thanking all of them. Just need to recalibrate this. And also when I get, I believe I made a goal of $20, I will get up at about 4:30 AM and I'll see the Emirates 777-300ER take off from Perth International Airport. So I'll get up at 4:30 in the morning and I'll go and see that. And I also plan to upgrade my iPad maybe in about a year's time. So yeah, well, better content. And better content, there'll be better quality and more quantity, so it'll be both a win. So yeah, donations would be helpful as well. And donators get many perks. You can check that out on my Patreon page. I have to say, lots of people have told me I have too many perks, but yeah, I just like to give them out. Okay, so we have many different views. They got rid of my favourite view of all though, the view that was on the side. So we have the tower view. Okay, why is this glitch? We have, oh damn, we're totally going, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll just land first and I'll show you guys the views. 50? 30? 20? 10. And this is max turbulence, so it's hardly anything. And we have this autopilot as well. So here we are. We'll just go full. So the camera views, we have tower. We have the side view. We have the regular view. So the aircraft looks really nice and shiny. Then we have this view. And then we have this view. Then we have the frontal view. Fixed follow. Then we have that one. Tail. This one. They've added that one now. They've added like duplicate views that are slightly different. Before we only used to have one left wing and one right wing view. I really like that view. And yeah, then we have the cockpit is outstanding. Like, look at that. really. And you can even see the pedals move and everything. Then we have like here's an example. The cockpit is yes, it's amazing. It's not interactive, but it's amazing. Okay, I just exited. So that's what we have. What else have I not shown? We have navigation, flight plans that don't really work that well. And let's move on. Next destination, number 2, Real Flight Simulator. Okay, so number 2 on this list is RFS, or Real Flight Simulator. Pros, it is cheap at approximately $6 Australian dollars per month for the subscription. Many liveries, many liveries. You can even add your own liveries. And like example, people have added a Aircoy or Airbus A320 livery. There are 3D buildings. There is global. There is multiplayer, and there are like kind of add-ons, so there's like air bridges and stuff like that. The cons are bad physics. The physics aren't really good, and the another con is the graphics are pretty horrible, I have to say, and it is not realistic. So RFS Pro, it is I have 1 month active. Why would you upgrade your subscription for 6 months? I don't think you upgrade it, so you're paying for 6 months and you're using the 6 months while your 1 month is already gone. So if you buy it straight after, you get a 1 month subscription and you only get 5 months for the price of 7. That's how I think it works. And so yeah, here's everything we get. Then we have multiplayer, we have advanced flight planner. Not many people fly here. They have like an expert server and a normal server, but yes, there isn't much difference. Advanced flight planner, real-time flights, and we have a fly now. So we'll be going into the let's go fly now. So here we have many liveries, as you can see, most of which don't even exist. I've never even. Oh, I know why. Okay, Lucky Air. Then we have virtual. Let's take a look at that Aircoy Airbus A320. We have one livery. Okay, Ed Dominic, Aero Andres. Okay, then we have, where's Aircoy? Come on, we need you, Aircoy. Air Alpha. So you can custom make your own liveries. And if anyone makes a MM Aviation livery on either the 777-300, we don't have that, on the 777-200 or the A350, I will give you a big shout out and I will fly that aircraft. Okay, where's Aircoy? Don't tell me they've removed that. Oh, yeah, K, okay. NOP. Okay, oh there we go, Air Courier and Air Courier. Okay, so of course, actually let's show a different aircraft. I would fly Air Courier, but we also have the Concorde. So we're going in the Airbus A350. Let's go Malaysian Airlines, Qatar One World. There we go. And then you can have there's global here. So let's land at Doha Samad International Airport, or THH. We'll be doing a landing, and we want to do the landing phase of it. So I think we can do start flight and then we can go to short final. Okay, so we're currently in Los Angeles. Well, we will be. Okay, we're in Los Angeles on the runway. Date and time, we'll make that daytime. Let's go. Perfect. Yeah, we can be able to see. So there is like a free cam. But the thing is, it always has the UI control screen thingy in the way. So that's, even though this is cheaper, and like, yeah, I could make time lapses for cheaper, I care about quality a lot, so that is why I spend more money on Infinite Flight. I believe those are AI aircraft. Then we have a few views, but the sensitivity here is like horrible. You can't like move it correctly. Let's say we want to go into the top views, like, oh damn, yeah, it's quite difficult to use, I have to say. Now let's go short landing at Doha Airport. So yeah, as you can see, the physics are pretty horrible. And the graphics. What the? Okay, this airport is bad. Okay, let's go. Daytime. 5 AM, it should be light at Doha. Okay, there we go. Okay, this physics is pretty horrible. Full flaps. But we have aircraft systems, and I believe this is made by the same people who made Extreme Landings. Looks very similar. Okay, lights on. We have APU as well. Nice. Okay, so as you can see, this is not very realistic. That runway, Sorry, but Abad International Airport doesn't look like that in real life. And, yeah, it looks pretty trash from far away. I believe we have 3D buildings, but I cannot see any at the moment. So
Gear down.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
And brake will be on that. Okay.
1,000.
1,000. Okay, I don't know why it starts us off so high, but I was showing around a little bit. So yeah, as you can see, the aircraft graphics are pretty trash. Low speeds, let's put that up a little bit more.
500.
Spoilers.
Okay, I need to get back into the cockpit view. Two aircraft just following each other like you see in real life, yeah, totally. Okay, slow down, spoilers to 3.
Spoilers.
200.
I really like those announcement things. So.
Spoilers.
70.
Okay,
50.
70.
40. 20. Retard. Retard.
Okay, why are we going up when it's FPV?
70. 50. 40. 20. Retard.
Okay,
Retard.
horrible landing. There we are on the ground now. And still we have no 3D terminals, which is really disappointing. I think they only have them in selected airports, but I kind of expected lots of airports, especially a big airport like this, to have that. Okay, so that's the other main part of it. Then we can also have failures, and yeah, I won't make this video drag on for too long. So moving on for number 1. Number 1 goes to
Flight Simulator 2003.
Just kidding. Number 1 goes to Infinite Flight. So I would like to say that I have recorded this twice before this part. The first time the recording did not save. The second time the audio was not audible. So if the audio is very quiet this time, yeah, that's beyond my control. I tried to turn up the audio. I put it to 500% and then 500% again and 500% again, but that didn't save it. So I do not have any sheets with me, so I'm going to try to get all of this from memory. So the pros, it is a great graphics, great physics, great scenery. It has lots of people flying on the online servers. It has ATC, and yeah, overall just the look of the game is really good, and the aircraft detail's good, and they have many aircraft, and all the liveries are what they have in real life. So we'll be taking a look at the Qatar Airways A350-900, and we'll be on approach into Hamad International Airport, runway 34R. So another bad thing about Infinite Flight is they take ages to release an aircraft. They've been working on the A350-900 for over a year, and it just came out quite recently. So let's put this to sunrise. That seems perfect. There we go. Hopefully the audio is audible this time. Okay, and we have many views here, so I'll just set... let's go 800, 336, that seems good. Okay, so we have the nice cockpit view, and here we have engine displays. There's no interactive cockpit yet, but it's a cool feature. Then also when we go into the first officer view, and we are above... we go into the jump seat, and we are above 42,000 feet. There is a game comes up that's called Atari. I was actually second in the whole entire world to complete that, so you can check out the video. It should be in the cards, and if not, you can request the link in the comments, and I'll be sure to send that to you. I always reply to every single comment unless it comes in my spam. Also, if you are commenting on my videos, please try to refrain from saying something like nice video every single time, as then it comes in my spam folder, and yeah, I hardly ever check that, because, well, yeah, why should I check that? But yeah, I reply to basically every single comment except spam, so... And we also have a nice scenic view here. We have a great tower view. We have an amazing free cam. It takes a while to get used to, but... And then we have the scenic view. And it's so annoying how these change often without you touching them. Okay, now let's get to landing this. Okay, I had autopilot on. I was showing you guys the different camera views. Okay, 132 knots seems good. Turn to the right a little bit more. pull up, heading, now we will go down 50, 40, 30, 20, oh, the spoilers flight really, that was quite bad. Okay, I'll try and go in the outside view so we can see the landing, but I never do well when I land in a different view. Okay, landing was pretty good. Well, yeah, most of my landings I have very high standards for landings. Okay, so here is infinite flight, and look how much better than RFS this is. Look at that. So that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something new, and if you are looking for a flight simulator, this has helped you make a decision. It would be well appreciated if you would like, subscribe, comment and share. Once again, thanks for watching this video of mine, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.